The Gamestop stock drama is heading back to Capitol Hill. Today, the chair of the SEC, the nation's top markets watchdog, will testify in front of the House Financial Services Committee. The topic, how investors jumped onto GameStop shares earlier this year and the risky bets that led to the rally. NBC News senior business reporter Ben Popken joins us now to help us break it down. So, Ben, the chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, is reportedly going to testify on transparency around short selling. That's when big investors bet, again, that a stock will fall. What could that look like, and what would be the impact?
Right. Well, good morning, Joe. You're absolutely right. So Gary Gensler is the top watchdog to watch at this hearing. He's a close ally of Elizabeth Warren, who's known for her favor for stronger regulations in the financial market. With the short selling, it's part of keeping the market healthy. But what drove up the price so high during the GameStop frenzy is that a number of hedge funds had large short positions against GameStop when prices began to rise from these online investors on Reddit and other social media platforms. These large firms were forced to actually buy shares to cover their losses, driving the price sky high. So currently, firms only have to disclose their holdings. Gensler is having the SEC draft proposals that would make them disclose their short positions too. Advocates are looking for this. It would add more transparency to the market. And when there's these massive short positions, hopefully this kind of disclosure would tamp down the frenzy.
All right, so that's the big investors. The chairman will also testify on protecting small investors who could be lured into taking risks with their money on apps. What are we expecting to hear?
Well, Robinhood really took the headlines in the GameStop frenzy. This is the app that can be downloaded to your phone, and people begin trading without having to pay transaction fees very quickly. And both Democrats and Republicans are very concerned about this. Robinhood took heat because they have a lot of gamification in it and made it sort of like stock trading was like playing Candy Crush. There would be bursts of confetti when you executed a trade, and there would be push notifications. So Gensler seems to be strongly indicating in his prepared testimony released ahead of the hearing that he's going to be taking a look at it. He said that we may need to freshen up rules that cover these gamified trading apps. And he also said that the SEC is likely to be taking public comment. And that's an indication. That's one of the first steps in a rulemaking process. So it looks like we'll be seeing some developments there for Robinhood and protecting individual investors. Gensler pointed out that many apps programs, they use nudges and notifications to edge users along, but there's a big difference between Netflix encouraging you to watch a movie that you may end up losing a few hours over versus an app like Robinhood, where a poor trade could impact your ability to pay your rent.
Yeah, very, very different things there. Now, Ben, we're seeing pressure from some Democrats to get tough on Wall Street. You mentioned Elizabeth Warren. What kind of regulation could all this lead to?
There's multiple forms of regulation that could be emerging out of this hearing. One thing that they're looking at is social media manipulation, where bad actors try to send signals to the market through Reddit and other social media. There's also an obscure system called payment for order flow, where Robinhood was essentially paid for data on its users. They're taking a look at that. And also, they're looking at shortening the number of days it takes for these online trades to process. And that final item is something that both Republicans and Democrats are likely to agree on based on previous hearings. So we may see some bipartisanship over the future of money here.
It's hard to say because we see it so rarely. So, all right, Ben, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Something we can all agree on.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Joe.
Yep.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.